What's up, guys? We're here on another Saturday. Not working on the race car today. We've got so much Black Friday stuff to catch up on still. It's just I need to prioritize getting some of these tanks together and a lot of welding done so we can get these orders out. But we're kind of at a hold up on our race car anyway. The billet header collectors that were getting made, they are halfway made. But this week, whenever they were machining, they had the CNC machine had a failure and didn't mess up anything. It's just they wasn't able to complete all the processes for making the collectors. So that was going to bleed over into this coming week. And I really don't want to do anything else to the car until we get the headers on there. Because once we get the headers on there, I can mock up the oil filter and all that stuff. We did get the fuel filter in. See our system one set up here, the bar clamp, super nice. We did get a couple other things I'll tell you about right quick. We got, move some of these tanks out of the way. We got so many fuel tanks ordered from Black Friday. We got our Fire Sense, or yeah, Fire Aid, Fire Sense, whatever you want to call it. I guess Fire Sense would be what the primary name was. We got this from Mags Fab, the Lee Spring United guys. Their Black Friday sale, we took advantage of it. This come with, dig it out here. We've got our bottle holders for 1 5/8 tube. I requested the silver interior and engine bay nozzles. I think they typically come blue, but you can get those. Got our pull cable. And we've got our auto sensing switch here, where it can be activated with a cable, or if I'm knocked unconscious, it'll melt the bubble and make it go off regardless. So we got that. Can't even shut the cabinet here, so much crap in here. We got that. We got the fuel filter mount. Once we get the headers built, I will mount the oil filter as well. And then I'm probably going to have Brown and Miller come in here and do most of the plumbing, so that'll be done. But it'll all depend on how quick we can get the headers built and how much time I can put into it. Because after Christmas, I want to pull the motor out and send it to TKM. I've already sent them a big bunch of money just sitting in the account over there. That way we can get this motor assembled while I'm doing the rest of the interior work. Should have some carbon coming in the next week. Our carbon wheel tubs in the rear and some sheets of carbon. We got some guys going up to the Virginia area. I forget who exactly up there is the carbon guy, but all I know is I got some pictures of some wheel tubs that look pretty sweet, and I said get me a couple of them, and they're going to. So another thing I talked about with this downpipe is passivating it with like acid pickle is what they call it at the place we went. But we actually took a test piece and I put it on the bench over there, you know, let the acid and the electrode brush go over it, and it did take the oxidation off. But where the oxidation is a little bit dark, it really struggled to take it off, and I was too afraid it would be spotty on the pipe. Plus it would probably take 3 hours to do that pipe with the system that they had. Their brush was a little bit wore out. So not going to worry about doing that. It looks fine like it is, you know, I'm happy with it. So how it looks is how it's going to stay. But up here today, I'm just gonna focus on trying to get some of this Black Friday stuff took care of. We ran out of lids. Had to wait on Race Parts Solutions to get this stuff back from anodizing. We got like 15 of these now, and most all of them are taken up with these orders. I've got a downpipe merge I've got to make for LS Nasty, and you guys will hear about that on John Doc's channel for their truck. They took the blower setup off and now they're going turbo. Gonna have some 4-inch stacks out the hood, so we're making the merge for that. Got to get that took care of the first part of the week. But Black Friday stuff just kind of overwhelmed us, and we're still recovering from the sale. We're just trying to get caught up. It's still just me and Joey during the day full time. We pulled in another one of our buddies to help Mitchell in the evenings. They work, you know, a couple hours here and there, but it really helps us them go ahead and cutting our tube lengths and stuff and roughing in the tubing so we can clean it up, get it in the fixtures, get it welded, do all the finished stuff during the day. In saying that, the website has grown so much this year that the car flow in the shop has cut in half. There's just not but so much two people can do during the day efficiently without it just stressing you out so much that your work quality goes down. So I have tapered back taking on jobs. We've not really took on any jobs in probably 6 months, maybe 8 months, and it doesn't seem like we're making much headway on our waiting list just because we're so pulled trying to keep up with the flow of web orders and stuff like that. So going into this year, this is my unofficial announcement that we're going to be looking to add a team member, and somebody that's really good, or not really good, but I mean, well, I guess I am asking for really good, but somebody that is familiar with doing chassis work, somebody that is into this stuff, the drag racing industry, the cars, you know, just has a well-rounded knowledge of this stuff. You don't have to be the very best. You don't have to, you know, have worked for some kind of race team, pro mod team or something like that. We're not really after that specific person. It'd be a plus, but just somebody that's well-rounded enough that where they can jump in and learn quick and help us do about everything that we do. I mean, you might be working on a twin turbo kit, or you might be welding a roll cage in, you might be emptying the trash. You know, just, we all do everything here. Nobody is exempt from doing any type of work here. We all just do what needs to be done to keep the flow going. And I'm really looking to add somebody where we can keep the flow of car builds going in the shop, because I will say that has probably really suffered this year with the growth of the website. So one thing grows, another thing has to back off until you can get to that balance point of managing both efficiently. So if you've called the shop and I've told you that, you know, we're not taking in any jobs and stuff, this is why. Because I don't want to lie to you and say that we can do something that we can't, because I think that's worse than, I mean, if you make promises you can't keep, that's worse than not being able to do it at all. So I've tried to be honest with everybody that's called. I've tried to send you in the right direction. We don't know that many shops that aren't as behind as we are. So that's what we're facing now. So if you live in this area, this is the Statesville, North Carolina, you know, somebody that's within 30-40 minutes of the shop here is what we're really looking for. I know putting an announcement on YouTube is not really gonna draw somebody next door in probably, but we've got some people that we've talked to, some stuff that we thought was gonna work out but kind of fell through. But that's basically what we're looking for. Somebody that can TIG weld pretty good. You don't have to be, you know, super awesome at stainless or aluminum, but, you know, your basic steel stuff, chromoly, and being able to understand just basic fabrication stuff. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna get these tanks assembled and see how much of this production stuff we can get done today. And maybe next Saturday, we'll have some header collectors and we can decide where we're gonna place them. Probably the plan, I know a lot of people, I know I'm jumping around on subject matters, but a lot of people will start their headers here and go forward. I am the opposite. Whenever I want something to look a certain way, I will start here and go up to the collector. I will put the collector exactly where I want it, and then I'll build the primaries to the collector, because that helps. You know, I can adjust those primaries a lot of different ways. You can't really visualize where the collector is going to land, or I can't, doing it from the engine forward, because you do it from the engine forward, then this collector over here might land in a spot you don't want, or it might be a little bit off from the other, especially because, you know, the cylinder heads are a little bit uneven because of the bore space and stuff like that, or the offset of the engine. So we always try to make something look mirror image, even though it really can't be because of the spacing. Some primaries are going to be shorter than the one on this side, or yeah, this one's going to be shorter than this one, sorry, but you know what I mean. That's just how I do it. So if we get the collectors next week, we're going to place them where they go, run our pipes off of this up to the collectors, and we're going to hang them in place, and then we're going to start working our primaries forward. And I really have, it's going to be an upswept style header, but I really don't have any idea how I'm going to do the primaries or anything like that right now. And so we'll see how it goes. Let's get to work on some of this production stuff. Again, thank you everybody for our Black Friday outpouring of orders. And if you know anybody that might be interested in joining our team, reach out to us, sales@rock-solid-motorsports.com. Especially if you live close, give us some pictures of your work. You know, tell us a little bit about yourself, why you might be interested in coming to work for us. We're not really gonna answer anybody that emails us and says, "What's the starting pay?" and that's all they ask. You know, like I said, nobody's getting rich doing this, but we're not going to pay you what you'd make at McDonald's either. If you have some skill, we're going to pay you based on your skill, but we also ain't going to start you at $50 an hour. So don't expect that, because in reality, me and Joey ain't making anywhere close to that, and won't ever make anywhere close to that. So mainly looking for just a self-motivated person that wants to be involved in something cool like this, and we'll work with you on pay, you know, depending on your experience and stuff. And so if you're interested, just shoot us an email, and we'll go from there. So thanks, guys.